and welcome to another edition of Where to Stay 4K. I am in downtown Dallas, and if you have never seen this area behind me, then you might not know the historic resemblance this has in Dallas, but this area is referred to as the Grassy Knoll, where JFK was assassinated. So many people might not even know what that is, a lot of youngsters, but for us older group would know exactly what that is. So I'm going to show you guys around the area and some of the markers that you'll see in the street and some of the things to avoid when walking around this area. You're going to see a lot of these little booths and people trying to sell you information, and it's a lot of information you can just look up online. You don't necessarily need a tour guide to show you this, and it's definitely not worth doing a whole tour that's going to last up to hours. Unless you're a really huge JFK fan, then you know, it'd definitely be worth it. So walking down where I was just at one of the memorials, which I'll come back around to. And what they actually did was they marked the area in the street of where he was shot. So some traffic right now. I'll wait till it stops. So as you can see, this X in the road right here is where he was shot the second time. That's where he was shot in the head. And then you move back up or walk up the street a little bit more, you'll see another X in the road, and that's where he was actually shot in the back the first time. So he was shot in the back. The car, you know, nobody probably knew what was going on, a lot of confusion, and then he was shot in the head at that spot on the second X. And that all came from this building, which, looking at it now, it's a little bit closer than I thought. When, you know, reading about it, I thought this building was actually kind of a lot further away. But they call it the 6th floor museum, and he was shot from that window up there, right where the light is. Barely see it. So walking around the area, the museum has parking, $12 parking, and then if you go onto the website, it's $22 a person for adults, and I think it's $1 for children to get in. I'm not going to go in today. Not that I'm not interested. Yeah, I'd definitely like to see it, but I kind of get the gist of what happened from there. And so I'll kind of scan around the area. And obviously these trees must not have been there when it happened if you find old pictures. And walking around, you're going to see a lot of signs, just little tad bits of information. You'll see people with booths set up. And as I got here, I was approached by somebody who wanted to just give me a private tour, or was asking them for money for it. And so you kind of just have to avoid those people. I mean, like I said, there's nothing you can't really find in person that you can't online. I'll show you this memorial. All right, walking back down to where the building is. So you said you have people with different tours set up. Let me try to cross the street really quick. And it's really cool to see. From what I've heard, if you do the tour in the building, that they will actually let you go into the room where Lee Harvey Oswald was and where he shot. Get another shot of that window really quick. So I'm glad they actually put that there, so it makes it easier to see which room he shot out of. Alright, just cross the road to this spot, and I believe what they call this is like the Dealey center or area, but it has some nice fountains. And once again, up here they have another plaque for a memorial for JFK. Gotta get a nice little shot of this whole area. So a lot of this area still actually attracts a lot of tourists. And right now it's a school day. It's not towards the end of summer, so a lot of people are not on vacation. But I can imagine a lot of this area draws in quite a few people. But it's not a bad area. It's not trashed as you would see some of inner city areas, but this is kind of towards a little bit of the outskirts, just a bit. And you have another building right here, and it shows his route that he took, or that JFK's car took before he got shot. That's all I have for this quick video, but I'm in the Dallas area, so I definitely wanted to check this site out and kind of show everybody you know, a historic marker in this town. But thank you very much for tuning in.